we are in St Augustine in Florida. This is the oldest continually habited city in the USA of European origin. It's a mouthful, but Forbes magazine have named it one of the most beautiful cities in the USA. So we've come here to explore, find out if they're right. First of all, we need a coffee. It's been a long drive.
Did someone say coffee?
I might have done. I knew we were coming though, Josh. They've rolled out the big guns.
But they didn't just roll out the big guns, they rolled out the itty bitty, the biggie biggie. Itty bitty to the biggie biggie. That's a song, right?
I think it is now. Actually starting down by the waterfront, by the Castillo de San Marcos, which looks really impressive. Massive fortress right here on the waterfront. Not coffee though, is it?
No. Also, that's £15 per person. We decided not to do that today. Maybe next time.
We can see it from here.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
We are doing something else exciting later though, but that you'll have to wait and find out.
Once you hit 30, this is something you really need to do.
Right, this is our choice for coffee, I think. City Perks Coffee Co.
Oh, that food smells good.
Maybe food as well.
Let's go. But first.
Yeah, but first, can I drink my coffee?
You could. I don't know.
This was an accident.
That was an accident.
But let me talk about the coffee first. They do like specials in there. This is buried out back, which is in keeping with like the ghosty theme and the dead theme around here. And it's maple, vanilla and blueberry latte. I thought that sounded a bit different, so I'm all for it. Oh, that tastes like cake.
Well, in that case, I'll have that.
No. So this is apple, cinnamon and pecan crumb cake, and they've warmed it up as well. It looks so good. It smells so good. So soft and moist.
Oh, you used the moist word. I normally use the moist word. You don't like it. I can have the rest, right?
Problem is we've only got one fork and I've got it.
Jesus Christ. So we've had to move because loads and loads of school kids have decided to take up a whole seating area, and it's really loud, so.
It was a really nice place to sit and have our coffee, right by this old historic water mill with a big water wheel, and we were like, oh, this is great.
All the tables are empty.
Nice coffee, nice piece of cake, nice piece of cake.
That cake was more than moist. It was dripping.
And then we got bombarded by school groups. So we're going to take a walk up St George Street, which is like the really old historic street here, and it actually feels like I'm in a theme park rather than in an actual city. It's all right, it's not rain, the sky's blue.
I just realised.
Do you know, in a way, I'm quite glad that we did get forced out of that courtyard, because this is quite possibly the nicest coffee and walk I've ever experienced in my life.
You're just literally walking down the streets, observing your surroundings, drinking coffee. I mean,
loads of quirky little shops, loads of independent traders, loads of historic buildings.
Loads of good smells.
We're going to walk all the way to the end and then have a little explore up there and walk back down here later when everything's opened up. We might even do some shopping.
It's crazy. You drive 2 hours away from the main tourist destinations in Florida. I don't even feel like I'm in Florida at the moment with all this music going on. I feel like I'm in, what would you say?
You said you feel like you're more in California.
Yeah.
It's got a kind of old town San Diego vibe about it.
Yeah, but then also I feel like I'm in some sort of like Italy kind of, I don't really know.
It's Spanish. It's Spanish music.
Yeah.
So that's why it's giving me like San Diego vibes, I think.
Yeah. And then you get your modern day Starbucks.
Also, those little sightseeing trains are everywhere. We must have seen about 10 already. There's another one going behind us. There was one absolutely full of a group of those school kids again. They were all cheering as they went past.
There was like, record us, and I was like, no, sorry.
It's very walkable here though, so we're happy with our decision to walk around, and it's not too hot today, which is probably the key.
And the building that is in front of us right now is stunning.
Actually used to be a hotel. I bet that was grand and very expensive for its day.
It does. I did read that first off as Alcatraz.
No.
I do that quite a lot.
Alcatraz was not a hotel.
But, every corner we turn, we find like another street. So we've just come down this other street.
This is called Aviles Street. It's named after the person that founded St Augustine.
Yeah.
And I think I prefer this to St George's Street. It's really cute and a lot quieter.
I was going to say, it's a lot quieter.
Although I think it is still an actual road, so
the only
we do need to keep our wits about us.
Yeah, the only difference is there's not that beautiful food smell. And you know I like a bit of food.
There is a tavern though.
There's a tavern, yeah.
So one of the great things about those train tours is you don't even have to pay to get on them. Just walking by them, you get to hear all of the commentary. And I just heard the guy on one pass by say, this, Aviles Street, is the oldest street in America.
Every time he makes me do one of those fancy walking shots, I always feel like I'm going to fall over. Or is that just me? This is exactly what I mean. Like, every nook and cranny, there is something to look at. What's that? I don't know if we can go in there because there's a sign.
You know it's impressive when even I'm taking photos for the gram.
That's true.
We have just walked the length of the oldest street in America. Just saying. Not only is this the oldest city in America, it's one of the most haunted as well. And you can't tell me this house is not haunted. Look at that. I mean, cracks in the walls. It's all falling apart.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that it's falling apart or it's haunted.
It's definitely a poltergeist house.
So you've got the fear of either being attacked by a ghost or being crumbled.
You want to stay there tonight?
Absolutely not.
And with a couple of steps out of the bottom of one of those historic streets, we're back on the waterfront, and it very much feels like back in Florida again.
Do you know, it feels a lot warmer here than it does in amongst those streets. Normally it's the other way around, isn't it not? Because
By the water. Maybe later, as it warms up, you'll get the breeze off the bay.
Yeah, I suppose, but it is lovely. Look at it.
We just noticed all the traffic stopped on this bridge, and look, it's lifting up to let a boat through. That's cool. Know who that is?
I do now. You told me. It's the Fountain of Youth man.
It
This
is.
is the man that is going to make me young. There is a reason we are here. We're not here to look at this lovely, lovely city. I need to get younger because I've just turned 31.
I don't think it's him that's going to make you young, though. I think it's the water from the Fountain of Youth.
No, so we're going to go there. I'm going to drink some water and I'm going to feel 21 again.
Do you know what? I know we said we don't feel like we're in Florida anymore, but at times I don't feel like I'm in America. If it wasn't for the American flags everywhere and the trees with the Spanish moss on, I could quite easily believe I'm actually somewhere in Europe.
Oh my God, they've got a Zoltar. Not that I would want to use one.
Name the movie. This is a really cute little shopping arcade, though. We're hoping that we might find ourselves a little souvenir.
How about a shirt like that? Or a cheeky hat like that?
Nope. Hunt for a souvenir continues. Well, we've just found our souvenir in the 5 and dime. Does anybody else do this? It's a fridge magnet. We always fall back on a fridge magnet. But the people in there were so friendly. We just spent a good 5 minutes standing and chatting. They told us to go to Denver, so we're off. So I looked up the weather in Denver.
Yep.
It's 3 Celsius, so I'm thinking we'll save that for another day.
No, I'm going to stick with the warm. So Jason's just informed me this is the oldest wooden schoolhouse in America.
Yeah, I mean, I read the sign, so, you know, I'm going to
You didn't know
that
that.
is true.
You didn't know it then.
No, in the oldest city in America, we've walked the oldest street in America, and now we've seen the oldest wooden schoolhouse in America.
We're doing quite well, really, aren't we?
Also, I've seen another cute street that's got loads of little shops down.
They're like little shed hut things.
That's really cool,
There's a
isn't
bubble
it?
machine.
Really?
This place is full of public restrooms, which is good.
So we just walked through the old city gate. We have decided we're going to make the 15-minute walk to the Fountain of Youth. We might regret this.
Oh my God, we can't not go in here. This looks like a house.
I think it is a house.
We need to go in here. Merry Christmas, everybody.
It feels a little bit warm for Christmas.
It does. But I love a Christmas shop. We can't not.
Had we not decided to walk to the Fountain of Youth, we wouldn't have even seen this.
Exactly. That's why you always walk. Don't be lazy. Explore.
Even if you are sweating one out. Well, that was a really cool shop, and we saw a really nice St Augustine tree decoration that we liked, but it was $40, so we'll stick to our magnet.
I mean, they're handcrafted, but we wouldn't be able to get that home in one piece, I don't think.
$40 is dinner.
Oh wow, look at the street. Look how open it is. The trees.
All of a sudden, it feels very Florida again.
Very Florida. So we have just arrived to the Fountain of Youth, and obviously we prepaid, and as the lady was scrolling past to look at our tickets, it then came across a stupid picture of me.
His tan line from his sunglasses.
It's
brilliant.
It's just a good thing I wasn't indecent.
The Fountain of Youth obviously works because there's children everywhere.
I mean, there's a lot of children.
They came in as adults, they're leaving as children. So we've just walked up the Riverwalk Boardwalk and find a nice little peaceful spot away from all the youth, which is kind of ironic because we're at the Fountain of Youth. Although there is a lady meditating at the end. I was questioning whether you could actually get Uber Eats to deliver because we're getting a little bit peckish. Are you ready for something a little bit more strenuous before we find something to eat in a little while?
What's that?
I think you can climb that. I think you can climb that tower.
Oh crap.
How weird are these? There are shells with living creatures in, and they just keep spitting water out like a fountain. That is so weird. I've never seen that before in my life. I mean, it doesn't look that bad.
Like I always say, every video we do involves steps, but it keeps us young. I didn't even think of that. Thank you. You're welcome.
Who needs the water, right?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Also, it reminds me a little bit of Tom Sawyer Island at Disney World.
Yes, it does. You're right. Seen it?
You're just scared because it's wobbling.
That too.
Just found out they do a cannon show on the hour every hour where they fire one of these cannons behind me. And we just heard the guy say that all the school groups are coming over to watch that. So we're going the other way. Do you know, we've come here for the Fountain of Youth and we thought $20 was a little bit steep, but I kind of wish we'd allowed ourselves a little bit more time to explore because it's quite a large site. And they do loads of demonstrations here, like they're doing the cannon one, but they're doing other demonstrations about weapons and all sorts. Like this one, for example, they do a blacksmith demonstration. Look at all this old equipment. Look at the anvil and everything and the old vice there. The size of that bellow. Oh, it smells old.
Oh, I love that smell. I thought that was food earlier, but it's not. I'm disappointed.
Don't think that's the fountain we're looking for.
No. Right, so legends say this is what keeps you young. So that is the main reason we are here.
Might need a bigger cup. I need it full.
Are you going to go full?
Smells like Florida water.
I was literally going to say that.
Tastes like Florida water as well.
I feel like I need more.
I feel like you do as well.
Going in for seconds.
Fill it all the way up.
Cheers.
I mean, these guys obviously appreciate the water. They are absolutely everywhere trying to attract the ladies, and she ain't interested. So yeah, basically what happened and why this is called the Fountain of Youth is Juan Ponce de Leon landed here, saw the people, took one look at them and thought, oh, they look young and youthful. Look at them, they look really well. Must be the water. Fountain of Youth. Has it worked?
Do I look younger?
I don't know.
I still feel 31, but I want to look 21. Comment down below.
It's what's on the inside that counts, and on the inside is youthful water. So when we were walking to the Fountain of Youth, we saw this really cute coffee shop called Realty Coffee in a converted house. This is the closest I'm going to get to owning an American house with a porch that I can sit on and drink a coffee. I've gone for a tropical macchiato, vanilla and coconut. I'm feeling the tropical vibe today. We've got some food as well, which is much needed after that walk. We've gone for a ham and Swiss croissant and, oh, I'm talking American, ham and Swiss croissant and a quiche, which I think has got spinach, artichokes and peppers in it. And then Josh has just got a nice latte, and we're going to sit here and chill on the porch. Just soak it all up. I'm comfy there.
Do you know, I've always wanted to sit on a swinging chair on a massive American house.
And even better, this one's a coffee shop.
I've ticked it off my bucket list. I'm a happy boy now.
So we've got to talk about the people of St Augustine. The people in that coffee shop, absolutely lovely people, telling us that the house is 112 years old. They bought it 2 years ago and converted it into a coffee shop. And as soon as they found out we were from the UK, she just said cheers.
Love it.
Love it. And the people in that souvenir shop earlier as well, they were really friendly. They were the ones that were telling us to go to Denver. Love the people here. So welcoming. Love this place. As soon as we saw this bridge earlier with the lions, it's called Lion Bridge by the way, which isn't a surprise, but this is the one that lifts up. And as soon as we saw it, we thought, no, we've got to drive over that on the way back. And we've decided, as we've got a little bit of time, we're going to drive the coast road, cross Anastasia Island and down a little bit of the St Augustine coast. That's the iconic lighthouse of St Augustine. You can go up that.
At least we can say we've seen it. We haven't gone up it.
We'll have to come back and do that next time.
Yeah. So we've just arrived to the coast and we've noticed some people's phone box.
Not their phone boxes.
Post boxes, some of them lighthouses, dolphins, tratters and things like that.
We've
probably guarantee you
missed all the cool ones now.
Now I've got the camera, I feel like we're not going to see any. Judging by the look of some of these houses, I am very up for the idea of moving here already.
And judging by the coolness in the air, oh yes, this is the best part of Florida.
We was literally just sitting here and I just said to Jason, I was like, the air feels different. He was like, that's because we're here and the water is like each side of us. I was like, oh. Jason was just saying that most of these houses are on stilts. I don't know how I feel about that bit.
I mean, you'd probably be quite pleased with it when the sea comes rushing under your house.
Yeah, but I've seen movies. I've seen movies.
Well, we loved our day in St Augustine, but as you can probably tell, we are now back in the UK. So why not click this video here and join us as we explore the world's most beautiful city. We'll see you over there.
Bye.